So
Oh, good.
in today's coaching, first, any questions? An apology. So we may as well get started. I'm happy to get started. So we
Yep, yep,
are
yep.
we are ready for May's online coaching call for mentoring with the master. And today I've decided it's been a long time since we did tapping on the actual coaching calls. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to look at what the next step is in our business, or any coaching you need around that, and then we will do some tapping around that. I put up a video the other day on the Mentoring with the Master Facebook group, and it was a live call I did in another group, and I really liked it and had some great points, so I posted it over here, but I've been told that no one can access it, and I looked at all the reasons why, and it is because it comes from a closed group. I cannot download it. It was because it was a Facebook Live. I cannot download it. I cannot. So I come up with a solution today, and what I'm going to do is just record it and make it a MP3 file, because it was great. It was good information. It was sort of what's been going on. Another trick for people working long term with, when they've got lists that they're working through and that, just to make sure that they stay happy in between the sessions and stuff like that. So I'll record that and I'll put the MP3 file up rather than the actual video. You don't need to look at me. It's only me. It's just me.
Yeah, well, it'd be good to hear it. But I actually have a question.
Excellent. Let's start with that.
Around gambling. So I've got this young man who came to me about a year and a half ago. Now, actually, it was nearly 3 years ago. So I was an absolute newbie.
Yep.
And his mother had been a client of mine, and she really gets this stuff.
Yep.
And so she sent her son along because he'd been gambling.
Yep.
And I think he'd even been stealing. He'd stolen a little bit, to pay for it. So now he did really well. I remember screaming in his ear at the time when he heard the jingles. I don't know why, but spontaneously I just did this shrill scream in his ear. He actually doesn't remember that, interestingly enough. But at the time he went, "Ooh, that really hurt." And I said, "Yeah, that's the sound you're going to hear every time you go and, do the jingle, jingle, jingle."
Yep.
Anyway, he didn't gamble for a long time until something happened in his life. Okay, so in the meantime, he is hit the bottom. So I did a session with him today. I was having a chat with Di the other day, which was very, very helpful. Thank you, Di.
Good job.
Yeah, great, because she'd just been doing. So I couldn't find anything on gambling in any of the manuals. But we did do lots of dumping on, all that kind of stuff. But do you have anything in particular? He's going to come back in a couple of weeks, and we're going to see how he's going with all of that. So have you worked with any gamblers, Pam?
I have worked with gamblers, and to me, it's that favourite old thing that it's nothing to do with gambling. It sounds like you're actually addressing the flow back from the sounds and the winning and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But it is a coping mechanism that he has come up with.
Yeah. So what you see, his coping mechanism. Yeah.
So once you tap out why he's needing an external coping mechanism, so why it is that he's not coping, whatever that is for him.
Yeah.
Then he won't need to go to the gambling.
Yeah. Well, you see, his very, very, very first experience of gambling was he just graduated, right, from high school. His father took him to pokies. He was 17 and he won $300.
Yep.
Quick, easy money. So that is what he said. Quick, easy money.
But the fact that he didn't do it for so long, is
know.
telling
Okay.
me that that's not the
Yeah.
reason now. It could be a connection with
Okay.
his dad. Is his dad still alive?
Yep.
Does he have much to do with his dad?
Not a lot, but his father used to be a gambler, but he stopped now.
Yeah. So it could be,
Um,
I would work on the whole connection with dad.
Connection with dad. Okay.
And
Good.
he's
That's good.
behaving just like dad.
Behaving just like dad. Excellent. Yeah. So we worked kind of about, his breakdown with his girlfriend and,
Is
wanting
that the
quick money.
latest
And
drama that
that's
sent
the
him back?
latest.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
perfect.
yeah, yeah. So that was when he started gambling again. So
Yes.
we looked at that. We worked on that one.
Yep.
And of course now, so that's going to be a good thing to go to. So this time we did a lot of dumping on and every time he thought of gambling, his chest got really tight.
Excellent. Yeah.
Every time he thought he was going to go past, so I said, so you're going to go, you're going to walk past, you're going to do this, your mates are going to say, let's go down. What are you going to do? He said, I feel really tight in the chest. I said, good.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
No,
want
that
that to
sounds like a
stay
good
there.
job. But just
So,
head back in there and clean up
okay,
the
good.
first.
So
It
the
sounded,
father,
just the way you said it, it sounded like it was a bit of connection to dad. And what we do when we're lost that connection with dad is we start to behave just like dad to feel that connection again.
okay, behave just like dad. Excellent.
And he may
And
even have memories of what it felt like when dad was gambling and that are bad, and they can be part of the dumping.
okay.
But his dad didn't gamble, did he, Arunika?
Well, he did, but he has, and now he's stopped. But they haven't been. He hasn't lived with his father for many years.
Yeah.
But his father apparently was very, very bad with money, and he's bad with money, and but for him it was like a quick fix because he's got himself into debt, and now he has. I mean, he's very lucky he's not in jail. So I did the whole, what's the worst thing that could happen in jail? That's it. They rape young men like you in jail. You're going to get the cock up your ass and your whatever. I did the whole.
Of course you did.
Well, that was Di. Di helped me with that. So I did all of that, and he was
awesome.
Like,
yeah. And you might find he'll come back next week and he won't have done it. So now it's just making sure when he can't cope again, he's not. And I would try and get him to rebuild a stronger relationship with dad. Find somewhere healthy that the two of them go together. So he's got a new.
And you see, and the thing is, you see, his mum, he was the youngest of 4. So all his siblings are all older, all married, or established, right?
Yep.
And he's just a little baby, and his mother bails him out every time.
Yeah.
And in fact, she came and had a session with me because she was terrified he was going to end up going to jail and getting raped because his father used to be in the work in the prison system. Yeah. And he said that's what happens with young boys, they get raped. Yeah. So her greatest fear wasn't the fact that he'd stolen $6,000 or anything. It was like she didn't want him to go to jail.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, cool. That answered your question, Dale? Okay, Di, you got any?
I was just going to say, if you don't get back to the what's causing it in the first place, he could not maybe gamble, but go and do something else like drink to escape.
Well, he smokes. He does all sorts of stuff. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
it's that favourite video. I'll mention it once again. Why Robert's in Australia? The Avoidaholics. It doesn't matter what program we're working on. It doesn't matter what behaviour they're doing.
Yeah,
unless we find what they're trying to avoid, we're going around in circles.
So good. Actually, thank you for that. That is the biggest thing. What are you trying to avoid?
Yeah.
And you'll say, I haven't got any money.
I think well, even that there's a feeling that goes with that. So that's what he's trying to avoid.
Yeah, to avoid. Well, he says relief, that feeling of relief. He gets the relief when he wins the money. He gets the relief. And I said, well, there's no relief in,
So what you do is what's the opposite to relief?
Yeah, yeah.
So if he's getting a relief, that means there's a whole heap of tension or a whole heap of something around the fact that he's broke.
Well, that was the tension around being broke, and that was that feeling that would trigger him to go. I'd get the pressure, I'd get the tension, and then I'd get shaky, and then I'd go to the pokies.
Yeah. So get rid of the tension and all that.
Get rid of the tension. Yeah. So it was a fine line because I didn't. Because I said don't get rid of the bad stuff. So I was like, so what am I going to be tapping down here? You know. So I took him to his happy place a lot.
Yeah.
And because he feels like his family doesn't trust him anymore. They're all looking over there. Anyway, so I used a lot of that as the dumping. We'll see how he goes.
Yep. You might be surprised.
All right.
Okay, Di, you got any questions there, Dale? You're good or?
No, pretty good. Just that, the more training and stuff you do and the more techniques and, the more you think about, in a session, you've got sort of more to draw on, I guess, more and more. And it's a bit overwhelming sometimes, I guess. We've just done, I've done the systems of change with Kim, and now we've just gone back to do, the level 1 again. And then
sometimes I think you just got to let it settle a bit, I find. Like sometimes I find I get so much information coming in, information. It's like I'm swimming in this information soup.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel I just want to.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Pam. Yeah.
Well, to me, it's to me what I have noticed is we have an understanding of a practitioner and what we're doing. We're getting the results. We know we're getting the results. So the learning, like it's great to keep on learning, but if there's other areas of your business that you're not succeeding in, whether it be getting more clients, whether it be being more of a business model, whether it be video. My latest one is video training. I haven't signed up for it. I did a brief video training. And as you know, I'm doing the presenting training.
Yes,
so
fantastic.
To me, it was like, I know as a practitioner, I'm awesome.
Yeah.
I can always tweak it, and I can always, but as a practitioner, it's like, I know whatever walks in my door, I can make a difference. I still want to be the best in Australia, and that's always going to happen. But it's like that part's going okay. But then I look at my videos, the live videos and the video online, and I'm like, I'm not getting the results I needed. I've spent, especially last month, I spent quite a bit of money on Facebook advertising with a video that I'd created, and I didn't get the results. So it's like, this is where I need to be investing in my business and myself right now. This is where I'm going to get return for my dollar. Being a better practitioner is not going to give me return for my dollar. Does that make sense? So once you get to a certain point, it's like, okay, I've got enough to do this. Let's park that for a little while. And then where is it I need to be looking? What is going to give me the return for investment?
And exactly. Good point.
That making sense.
Well, I've had to cancel my second workshop.
Okay.
For the year. Yep. I've done this lovely calendar, and I've practically had to cancel about everything on it, right? I'm thinking, oh fucking hell, I've just spent all this money on that. Anyway, but it's been a great test for me, and I know we did some work on it, Di and I. A test for me in staying in a good state, irrespective.
Yep.
Like me personally, going well. It was a bit of a gamble having a workshop just for men. Yep. But I ended up phoning all the people that attended that workshop, and none of them wanted to do the workshop, but they did want to do one-on-ones.
Yep. Perfect.
So out of that has come one-on-ones.
Yep.
And then, one door closes, another opens.
Yeah.
And so one of my clients is doing some of my Facebook page. She's doing great stuff. I don't know whether you've seen it, but I don't even know what she's doing. And I see it. There it is.
Very little, actually. They filter out so much of mine. I get a few people, and that's it. And the rest, Facebook filters out.
Yeah. Well, so I've got a few followers.
Yep.
I did such a lot of work on promoting this workshop.
Yep.
But what was great about it was this young girl who's working with me. We're swapping sessions, and she's a client of mine, and she's happy to do swap sessions for the work she's doing. And she's just started up a whole new business since she's between jobs.
Yep.
And it was all around what the work she'd been doing with me. So anyway, things are opening up for her too. So it's not a fact. I'm feeling like I'm just sowing seeds now.
Yep.
Continuing to sow seeds, really.
And water them. Don't forget the water.
And now we go to water. That's...
Don't just keep sowing the seeds. You've got to water the ones you've sown.
That's it. A bit of fertilizer.
Especially with the ones that have worked.
Yeah.
You know, so you let go of the rest. It's like, okay, they die of a natural death, but if they're working. And to me, what you said about the men's group, and then you rang them back and you got one-on-one sessions. I mean, that's what the whole idea is about. So that was a perfect thing to do.
Yeah.
So I would repeat that.
Yeah.
That came out of the session that we had the other day, and you had some clarification about what you really wanted to do.
That's right. And I had the list there, and I'm going to phone all these people. I phoned about half of them.
Good. So there's another half you can phone.
So there's another half I can phone. And, and some of them were really, really pissed off about that drunk guy.
And that's okay, because then you can address it.
Yeah.
That's when you can address it.
That was good.
And,
yeah.
No,
so that was good.
Awesome.
Anyway. So, yeah.
Let's go back again. So Di said a little bit of overwhelm with the learning. So my advice is, to give it a break for a little while and maybe look at other types of learning. Because when you're learning something completely different, you can settle back into your routine of how you run a session without trying to implement all this new stuff. And what will happen is the stuff that's relevant will show up in the session. If it's the systems of change, if it's that, it will show up in session, and it'll be like, okay, now's the time to use that. And that can fall into a natural groove again while you're learning other stuff to get the business out there more or happening, whatever it is you want. So what we're going to do now is I want Arunika. So when you think of your business, what is it you think you need to do right now to move your business in a direction where you want to head it?
Yes.
Is it to fine-tune the advertising so you're getting more to the group?
Yes, I need to get and look, and there have been some openings, and the local GP, the practice nurse at the local GPs has actually knows a couple of my clients and has seen the incredible changes in them. And so she's actually very, very interested in what I do, and she wants to introduce me to the GPs and to all the other GPs in the area.
Okay.
So
cool.
That's a cool thing. That's a
really cool thing.
That's a really cool thing. So I'm like, okay, I've got to go and talk to the GPs and to the nurses. So she's very, very supportive. Excellent. She's very, very good.
So when you think about that, is there any anxieties, any fears? Is that something that...
I suppose a little bit is how to present it in a concise way, which approach to take. Because we're dealing with, medical people here, which is good because I was a nurse for 40 years, so I'm quite comfortable dealing with medical people.
You know their language. That's
I know
perfect.
their language.
Yeah.
So
you must put it in their language. Definitely.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and because doctors they're still not on board completely with the mind-body connection. They think the body's separate and so I'm going to have to pull out some research.
Yep.
I'm going to have to pull out some what's her name? I've got
Dr. Peter Stapleton's.
Peter Stapleton, and also what's her name? Mind Over Medicine. What's her name?
Lisa Rankin.
Lisa Rankin.
Yep.
So a little bit from her, a bit maybe from Caroline Leaf.
I was just going to mention her.
Yeah.
I need to check my website. I know at one stage I got some research, and I'm pretty sure I put it up on the Ning. I'll have a look for you. The research was no, it wasn't research. It was Dr. Peter Stapleton.
Yeah.
Gave me a PowerPoint because she's talking to doctors and psychologists constantly, and I'm pretty sure I put it on the website. And
Excellent.
It helps with some of the wording and how she links it in to things they're already talking about.
When
I'm working,
and stuff like that.
That's a good idea. In fact, I've actually seen a couple of her presentations because she's presented to the counselling organisation. So
if you look at them presentations, you'll see how she uses their language. So, for instance, one's just there, but I can't quite grab it. But it was something to do with when they're. Yeah, no, I'll make it up. It's not.
Okay.
I saw that. I reckon I saw it when you put it up, Pam.
Yeah, I'm positive it's on the Ning website.
Ning.
So on our on the Master Faster EFT Practitioners website.
Yeah.
What do I say? On the
Master Faster.
On the Mentoring with the Master website. It's on there.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so you're looking at maybe just some tapping around, anxiety around getting it in their language and being accepted and going over well.
Looking credible, being credible, and because I often use the words, it's not instead of, it's as well as, because I'm going to be talking to a lot of counsellors.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What's this girl coming in here telling us she knows how to, fix the world?
Yeah.
So, I've got to go, this is just another method, another tool, another.
Yeah. No, it sounds brilliant. Okay, Di, when you think about your business and what it is that you need to do next
Well, I'm looking at passive income and affiliate programs to put on the website. And I just looked into one the other day, and I wrote something out for Blake because he's doing
the website guru.
Yeah, and he said, "Oh, Mum, that's thinking like an entrepreneur."
Not
bad. So I'm thinking I would go along the lines of healthy lifestyle. Because one of the programs is Jack Quillen Tipping Shoots' daughter, and she's got an affiliate program for her 12-week healthy lifestyle. She does bone broths and all those type of things, ferments, and just a healthy lifestyle. She doesn't advocate one thing or another, but it's just getting people on track. So you get 25% of her.
Yep, whatever you sell. Yep.
Quite good, but I'm probably not getting enough traffic at this stage. And there's a couple.
So you've got to up your traffic.
Yeah. So I've got to do some more blogs and stuff. I'm up to doing some more of that now.
Yep.
Do some more on my website.
Okay.
And Blake's got some stuff to do to it as well, I think.
Yep. So when you think about the stuff you've got to do there, what is it that comes up for you? So you've got to be looking at...
my lack of the knowledge for websites and the lingo and all that sort of stuff. I need perhaps to go and learn how to do that at, TAFE or somewhere that teach you. I don't know. I should look into that probably.
Okay, so looking into training around the website.
Yeah. His Blake's very good, but he lives 3/4 of an hour away, so it's not. He's got his stuff to do. And,
yeah, but if he could do it from there, so it's not the time to he just get busy with his stuff.
Yeah, and I still need to understand it. So, you need to know what some of these words mean and to do some simple things. So,
yeah. All right. Okay. So let's start tapping. So anyone on the replay, anyone that's on the replay, I want you to think about what it is that you want to do in your business. So your next step, whatever it may be, it could be training, it could be, getting out and meeting community groups. It could be that for some, it could be that they want to start taking clients or taking more clients, whatever it is. Notice what it is and notice the next step you need to take, and then any emotion around that. So if you tap out step by step, we're going to go through, okay, the first step. So the first step for Arunika is to get concise in the way she's going to deliver it. So it's to gather all the information she wants to deliver, and then it's to get concise with that, and any emotions around that. And with Di, it's looking into training and where that that's the one, Arunika. Okay, so let's start. Let's get in there. I'll go with Di first. She's at the top there. So I want you to think about going out there, the website, the knowledge, the not understanding, the not wanting to learn even. There'll be a part of you that's really not interested. There's so much I've learned over the years that I really was not interested in at all, but had to learn it. Yeah. So make sure you get into that part, that not interested. I don't even want to learn it because, number one, that's going to block all learning anyway. And number two, it's going to resist you even looking into it. So you look at that. Let's go. Find what's there.
And all that time that you have to spend doing
all the time, yeah. Okay.
And if you're not doing things all the time too, if you're not continually doing it, you forget. Like, you need to be practicing.
And I have told you about my little book.
Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah, my little Bible.
Got one entry in it.
Okay. So that's where you write down step by step. I went to my drawer. It's over on the other desk because I was using it today.
I've got it here.
I was combining email lists, and I kept stuffing it up, and I'm like, okay, let's get this right and write it in the friggin' book. So I did that today, and it's in my book, and my book's over there. So really, it's a really good thing to do. So that when you don't do things for 6 months and you go back to do it again, you've got a step-by-step guide. And I'm learning Zero at the moment, and same thing. I am doing step-by-step. I'm writing in a book. What's the next click? What's the next click? What's the next click? Really important to do that. And I know you've got it, Di. This is for people on the replay.
Yeah, but it's got one thing in it, and it says F8 to reload a web page.
Okay, Di. So if you were to reload a web page, what number would you push?
F5.
F5.
Actually, shift F5. I've got this here, but I've still got to work it out before I write it in. So that's how to do my pretty link. When
we're a master of all trades, and that's what it is, we're the multiple hat people, that's what needs to happen. At no matter what level you're at, you will find a process like that will save you a year of your life. Or you'll just avoid it and never conquer it, never do it. Like, and I have 3 people helping me now, and I had someone helping me the other day, and I think I was doing Zero, or I might have been in the back end of my website, and she's like, you really do know a lot of stuff, don't you? And I said, yeah. And I resisted it every step of the way when I was learning it. because I didn't want to do it. It's like, no, I want to pay someone else to do it. And here I am. The moment I pay someone else, I've got 100 million things I want them to do, and I'm back doing what I thought I was paying the person to do. But I can see the value is in paying them to do what their expertise are, and their expertise ain't doing zero. So anyway, that's just you got to embrace it is basically what I'm saying. You need to tap this shit out, because unless you're a millionaire, or unless you know, can employ someone to do it all, that's going to be you. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Let's go in. Find where it is. All the resistance, all the time to learning it, the blogs, the traffic, the website knowledge, the speaking in a precise way, being credible, being accepted in their language. Notice how you know. Go inside, notice how you know. You got it? Okay.
Yep.
On the eyebrow, releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
All the sadness, all the fear, all the emotional trauma. On the collarbone, releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
All the anger, all the resentment, all the guilt.
All the guilt.
Side eye, releasing all the judgment, all the abandonment, all the betrayals.
Abandonment and betrayal.
Under the eye, releasing all hopelessness, all helplessness, all feelings of no control, and everything else.
And everything else.
Safe to let it go.
Safe to let it go.
Grab the wrist. Take a nice big deep breath. And peace. Find that peace. I'll just show you my bouquet of flowers.
Oh, what's that?
It's mint from the garden. And while you're sitting here, you just squash a leaf while you're sitting here, and you just get this waft of beautiful mint. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, go back again. Notice what's left. Go back in. Notice how you know it still bothers you. Eyebrow, releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
All the feelings.
All the feelings.
Side eye, all the physical sensations.
All the physical sensations.
On the collarbone, releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
All the anxiety.
All the anxiety.
All the stress.
All the stress.
I don't want to learn this.
I don't want to learn this.
Under the eye, I haven't got the time.
I haven't got the time.
I don't want to put the time in.
I don't want to put the time in.
On the collarbone, releasing and letting it all go now.
Releasing and letting it all go now.
Grab the wrist. Take a nice big deep breath. And peace. Okay, good job. Go back in. Notice what's left. Arunika, are you able to follow along with me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go in. Notice what's left. Think about what it is that you're going to do. See yourself doing it, and notice what comes up. Eyebrow, releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
All the frustration.
All the frustration.
Side eye, all the fear.
All the fear.
What if they don't accept me?
What if they don't accept me?
What if I'm not credible enough?
What if I'm not credible enough?
On the collarbone, releasing and letting go.
Releasing and let him go.
All the information I've got to get together.
All the information I've got to get together. All the research.
I've got to make sure they understand this is legit.
I've got to make sure they understand this is legit.
Releasing and letting it go.
Releasing and letting it go.
Grab the wrist. Take a nice big deep breath in.
Peace.
And peace.
I've got daggers in my neck.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, Di, you go back into notice how you know. Website training. Eyebrow, releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
All the daggers in my neck.
All the daggers in my neck.
Side eye, everything it represents.
Everything it represents.
It is safe for me to let it go.
Safe for me to let it go.
Under the eye, releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
On the collarbone, I'm letting it all go now.
I'm letting it all go now.
Grab the wrist. Take a nice big deep breath in. And peace. Okay. When you find your peace, just give your wrist a bit of a squeeze.
Peace.
Okay, go back in. Notice what's left. Just checking in. I'm going to head back to Di. Notice what number you're at. Just give me a number. When you think about doing it, go back in. What number are you at? Di's a 5. Got that, Di?
Oh, yeah, I'm probably a 6.
Got it. I thought I'd unmute you. There's only 2 of you. Okay. Notice how you know. Notice how you checked in and you knew it was still a 5. Yeah? Or a 6. Eyebrow, releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
All the pressure.
All the pressure.
All the overwhelm.
All the overwhelm.
Side eye, the fear of rejection.
The fear of rejection.
Under the eye, the insecure.
The insecure.
On the collarbone, the incompetent.
The incompetent.
The not confident.
The not confident.
Letting it all go now.
Letting it all go now.
It is safe for me to move forward.
It is safe for me to move forward.
In a bigger and a better way.
In a bigger and a better way.
Grab the wrist. Take a nice big deep breath. When you find your peace, just give your wrist a bit of a squeeze.
Peace.
Okay, Di, I want you to go back in. You're doing website training. You got to find out where to do it first, and then you got to commit to it, and then you got to spend all that time training on it. And you're not going to understand it, and they're going to be talking another language, and you just go inside. Notice how you know that still bothers you. Eyebrow, releasing and letting go. All the images.
All the images.
On the collarbone. Everything I say to myself.
Everything I say to myself.
Side eye, I'm letting it all go.
I'm letting it all go.
Under the eye, it's safe to let it all go now.
Safe to let it all go now.
On the collarbone, I'm okay to let it go.
I'm okay to let it go.
Grab the wrist. Take a nice big deep breath in.
Peace. There mightn't be any training. You might have to do it all online. Then I can't understand it.
Okay, notice how you know that. Got it. Arunika, go back, releasing and letting go. It might all be online.
It might all be online.
And then I really won't understand it.
And I really won't understand it.
I can't do it online.
I can't do it online.
Releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
All my beliefs that I can't do it online.
All my beliefs that I can't do it online.
Okay, grab the wrist. Take a nice big deep and peace. Okay, Di, so what's your website? Is it a WordPress?
Choose confident.
No,
yes.
sorry, the landing page. Okay. So,
yeah, it's WordPress.
Okay.
I mean, all the information there, really. I get all these things doing it.
Why? What I would do, and this is what another thing I do on a daily basis, I would have done it again today, is I'm just trying to think what I did today, but it doesn't matter. I know I Googled. So what I do is I go into YouTube, right? And say I want to add a blog post to my WordPress. This is just an example. I would go into YouTube and I would search for how to add blog post to WordPress website.
Oh, I know how to do that.
Okay. But then what happens is a video comes up.
Yep.
It's actually a video. Then you open the video and you go back to the back end of your website.
Yeah.
And you do you play it, you get that step, you pause it, You go onto your website and you do that one step. Then you play it again and you do step by step. I did it. I know I did it today, but I can't remember what the hell I know I did it today on something. I think it might have been on my it was trying to download that video. So you know how I went on to YouTube. How do I download a live Facebook video? And then it showed me how to do it. And then the more I got into it, it's like, oh shit, how to download live video in closed group. And then I come up with it can't be done. It's a closed group. You can't share it. You can't download. So first I said how to share it, and that I come up with you can't do that. How to download, you can't do that. And I'm like, okay, I need to find another option. So does that make sense? So whatever it is that you need to do, I believe YouTube is the very best university because you can stop it and just go one step to, and then no, that step didn't work. I need to go and rewatch that. So anyway, that may help.
Yeah, well, Blake actually did a little thing, and that's where I took these notes to do a link for Pretty Link, our affiliate number.
Yes, I remember that. Yep.
But it was fairly I made notes of that. So yeah, I just find watching something's better than trying to read the link.
100%. In my learning, it is the only way I learn. Google's. YouTube is my bloody.
Go-to.
No, homepage. Because I'm on it that often. If I'm not Googling it, it's YouTubing it. Yeah. Because there is so many things that, like for instance, that I don't have to learn that again. So I don't have to go to step by step in my little book and do that. I just anyway, you got it. Yeah. Take a big deep breath. Good. Blow it out. And then you might want to save the video. If it's something that you're doing all the time, you could just save the video. It's a favorite. So you know how to get it back. All right, let's go back again. So let's go back to Arunika. You are the doctors in front of, there's going to be 100 in the room. Right, 100 in the room, and they're going to be asking lots of technical questions. Right, you're going to find lots of words that you don't understand even on the YouTube. Right? Notice how you know. And notice how, especially with you, Di, notice how you know you really don't want to learn this. You really don't. You're not even friggin' interested. Make sure you get in touch with that. You're really not interested. Okay. Eyebrow, releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
I'm not interested.
I'm not interested.
I am really not interested.
I'm really not interested.
Releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
It's safe to let it all go.
Safe to let it all go.
What if I could become interested?
What if I could become interested?
What if I choose to open my mind to the possibility this could really help my business?
What if I could open my mind to the possibility this could really help my business?
Maybe this is where I really need the learning.
Yeah, maybe this is where I really need the learning.
Safe to let it all go.
Safe to let it all go.
Grab the wrist. Take a nice big deep breath in.
Peace. Yeah, because sometimes when I'm learning, I'm there, but I'm not. Like
you shut down. Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it well. And that's why I know all these tricks. Because that's exactly what I was like. I was like, I don't want to friggin', and that's what I wagged school from bloody 12 onwards. I was hardly there. It was like, I don't want to learn this shit. So I wagged, but now it's like, I can't do that if I want this highly thriving, successful business.
Well, I find my program is if someone is showing me something and I'm not understanding, I don't want to put them out and ask them and try and get them to explain it to me because I'd be wasting their time. Like, they'd be thinking, oh, God, she's so stupid. She can't get this.
And when you think of that, wasting their time, so stupid, she can't get this, where does that take you? Wasting their time, so stupid. Whose behaviour is this, mum or dad's?
Probably mum. Maybe she doesn't always. I don't know.
I don't want to waste their time. So stupid. She can't get this.
Yeah, that'd be mum.
Okay. So notice how you're behaving just like mum. Go in there, and when you think about learning, so I want you to think about learning. So we've booked you in tomorrow, and they're going to sit down with you and they're going to show you, and you're not getting it. I want you to go inside and imagine that for a minute. Just go inside and imagine that for a minute. Just a quick minute. They're showing you and you can't get it, and you don't want to ask. How old are you?
Well, 4 or 5 came up.
Excellent. Now, when you think of 4 or 5 and this behaviour, is there any specific memory that just pops in out of nowhere? Even if it's a flash.
The only 2 things I can remember about in like grade 1, I can't think of anything in kindergarten, but grade 1 when I was colouring in and I was going over the lines because I was hurrying, and the teacher said I was doing a good job, and I thought, well, she's stupid because I'm not. That was me being.
Yeah, that's okay. And what decision did you make back then about that?
That people say things and they're not true. Like they say things about you, say, oh, that's good, and you know it's not.
Excellent.
Because
Find that feeling. Find that feeling. You can't trust the bastards. They're going to say it's good and it's not. That's my wording, but use yours. But find that emotion. Yeah. So go back. Be that little girl where that teacher said that you're doing a good job, and you knew you weren't. Okay, Arunika, go back into yours. Got it? Got it, Di? How strong is it?
Well, I have worked on it, so it's probably not as strong as it would have been. But that's sort of been, if anyone ever says I'm doing...
Did you work on that decision?
The decision that...
The decision that people say that it's good and it's not.
Maybe not specifically.
That's the part I want you to focus on.
Yeah.
Stupid bloody teacher.
Yeah.
That was your words, yeah? That's the part I want you to focus on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go. Eyebrow, releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
All the sounds.
All the sounds.
All the syllables.
All the syllables.
Under the eye, all the tones.
All the tones.
All the ways this is real for me.
All the ways this is real for me.
Stupid teacher.
Stupid teacher.
People say it's good and it's not.
People say it's good and it's not.
On the collarbone. Everything that this means to me.
Everything that this means to me.
I'm letting it go today.
I'm letting it go today.
Grab the wrist. Take a nice big deep breath in. Blow it all the way.
Peace.
And peace. Excellent. So when you go back to this die, every time you go back to it, I really want you to pay attention to what you said and what they said. I want that auditory stuff deleted. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Okay. Arunika, how are we going with this? Doctor, Give me the news. I got a bad case. So I'm here.
It's very funny when you were doing that last thing with Di. I remembered putting my hand up, putting my hand up, putting my hand up, putting my hand up, and the teacher ignored me and I shat my pants.
Okay.
So I probably was 4, 5 at primary school.
Yep.
And I remember my cousin walking me home to my grandmother's house, which was not far from the school, with my pants full of shit.
I love your wording. You have this thing about shit and asses and dicks. And I love it. All right. So you would like to work on that one, would you, Missy?
Even though I have many times, but it's so interesting because it's like, don't put your hand up. I'm not quite sure what the belief I got out of that, but it was like I was trying to get someone's attention. Actually, I was scared to put my hand up. So I'd rather shit myself than put my hand up.
And what does that mean when you think about the doctors?
There you go. I'd rather shit myself. I'd rather, yeah, that's a good one. So what do I think about with the doctors? Well, I do find that it kind of a bit intimidating going and
So
speaking
putting
to
your
the doctor.
hand up was intimidating, and going to see the doctors is intimidating.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Notice that intimidation. And you can go back to the little girl, because we've linked it now. So go back to the little girl that's sitting in the chair needing to go to the toilet, and Di, you go back to yours. And notice how intimidating it is. You'd rather shit your pants than put your hand up.
Well,
I love you.
Yeah, no, I wanted to go, but I think I was just very timid, like, just like.
Yeah. Notice that feeling. Just put your hand. Can you keep that hand up like that? That just the halfway up, not all the way up, and tap with the other hand. I want you to tap with it.
Okay.
Releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
All the timidness.
Yeah.
Side eye. Releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
The intimidation. Under the eye. I'd rather
shit myself. Yep.
On the collarbone. I don't want to ask.
For help. Yeah, don't want to ask.
Releasing and letting it go.
Releasing and letting it go.
Grab the wrist. Take a nice big deep breath. Excellent. Okay. I want you to go back again. Step back into the little girl. Both of you step back into the little girl. Notice what you're feeling. Notice what you're seeing. Notice what you're hearing. Notice the decision you made at this time. Eyebrow, releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
Everything this memory represents to me.
Everything this memory represents to me.
Side eye, you don't want to ask for help.
You don't want to ask for help.
Under the eye, all the intimidation.
All the intimidation.
All the timid.
All the timids.
On the collarbone, releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
What if they put their hand up and I've got to answer their question?
What if they put their hand up and I've got to answer their question?
Releasing and letting it all go.
Releasing and letting it all go.
Grab the wrist. Take a nice big deep breath in. Go back to your peaceful place, and when you find your peace, just give it a bit of a squeeze. Excellent. Okay, just going back in and check. I'm going to check him in Di now. Okay, Di, so when you think of wasting their time, so stupid, people believing you can't do this, and people saying, oh, that's good, stupid teacher.
That hasn't got as much. I'm just thinking, oh, you know.
Yep.
I'm not thinking she's stupid anymore.
The teacher?
Yeah.
Okay. So what about the...
Just sort of, oh, if that's what she thinks.
Okay. So when you think of, oh, that's what she thinks, and you know she's wrong, is there any charge at all left on it?
No,
and Arunika, if you want to tap, you're quite welcome to just keep tapping. Yep. Okay. So now I want you to flip the memory exactly how you would like it to play out. That will empower you from this moment on.
So I'd colour in the lines and she'd say, good work, and I'd be happy with that.
Okay. So does that really feel like that would empower you in the future, or would that make sure that you're playing in between the lines for the rest of your life?
Yeah, no, that'd mean I'd have to get it right all the time.
Exactly. Which is what you've been doing, correct? Okay. So think about it again, and if you were to rewrite it exactly how you, magic wand, exactly how you want to do it, what would it be?
So I can colour outside the lines and still be happy with what she says.
Maybe she tells the truth.
Oh, okay.
Maybe she says that's a great picture, but if you want to make it a little bit better, you could do it in between the lines.
Yeah. Take more time and don't hurry it.
Yeah, which is what you still do.
Yeah, I hurry things.
No, with the colouring.
Yeah, I do. I go fast.
You told me last time I was over there. You're like, oh, I just keep colouring until it's all done, and it's yeah. So go back again and think about the absolute, like this is a magic wand, and it can be exactly how you want it to be from this moment forward.
Okay, so I just take more care, so it's less, what do they say, less haste, more pace, or whatever it is. So rather than having to make mistakes and go back and fix them up, I get it right try and get it right the first time. Is that okay?
Okay, yep.
Take more time and learn how to do things without trying to rush them and understanding.
Because that links into where we started. So we're starting with, you're trying to learn this new technique and you're going to rush it and you're going to try and get it and
you'll probably want to get out of the classroom because it's like school.
Yes. So with that new decision where you're gonna just slow down and take your time and try and get it right, but if it goes outside the line,
it doesn't matter.
You need to be open to I see two things going on. You need to be open to the feedback and trust the feedback because you didn't trust her feedback, and you need to know that you need to slow down. So they're the two.
Yeah, and that what I just realised is a lot of the time I say, well, when you've done that, you know, you can get out of class earlier or whatever. So if you don't like school, you'll rush something just to get out and not really pay attention to what you're doing.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. So that time thing.
Yeah. So let's go back and find that. Yeah. Find the charge on that. So the link between, if you take your time, you're going to miss out on getting out early and whatever else. Just notice what's left. Arunika, you go back inside, notice what's left for you. That's a really big program, Di, so make sure you clean that little sucker up good and proper. Yeah. Go back in, notice it. Okay. Ready? Eyebrow, releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
All them links I've made.
All those links I've made.
It's safe to let them go now.
Safe to let them go now.
Side eye, unlinking it all now.
Unlinking it all now.
It's not serving me no more.
It's not serving me anymore.
All the frustration, I don't want to miss out.
All the frustration, I don't want to miss out.
I got to rush.
I've got to rush.
On the collarbone, releasing and letting go everything this means to me.
Releasing and letting go everything this means to me.
Safe to let it go.
Safe to let it go.
Grab the wrist, take a nice big deep breath. Okay, Di, I want you to think about that memory. If you've got anything left, really go in there and see what's left, okay? Good job. That's good job, you. Okay, Arunika, the little girl wanting to put up a hand. I want you to put up your hand again. Well, that's getting up there. That's more where we want it. We get told in our training when we you know how a speaker will put by show of hand. You got to hit your elbow on your ear. By show of hand, it's got to be that.
Oh,
by show of hands.
Yeah. They show of hands.
Bang.
Yeah.
Hit
Bang.
your ear.
Bang. Yes. No.
Okay.
That
was a lot better.
It. She said yes. I said I need to go. Please, may I be excused?
Yep.
Because that's what you had to say, didn't you?
Yep.
And I hopped up and went to the toilet because I do remember being and still tend to be extremely shy as a child.
Yep.
And kind of wanted to be invisible. Didn't want to be.
So just notice that little bit there as well about being shy and invisible. Eyebrow, releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
All the ways I wanted to be shy and invisible.
All the ways I want to be shy and invisible.
Release, side eye, releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
Under the eye, it's safe to let it go.
Safe to let it go.
On the collarbone, releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
All the ways I want to be shy and invisible.
All the ways I want to be shy and invisible.
And I'm getting up in front of doctors.
And I'm getting up in front of doctors.
Releasing and letting it all go.
Releasing and letting it all go.
Grab the wrist. Take a nice big deep breath.
Peace.
And peace. Find that peace. Just give your wrist a bit of a squeeze. Excellent. Okay, Arunika, I want you to go back again.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to think about the 100 doctors that you're standing up in front of and you're presenting the mind-body connection and how you can help their clients. It works alongside. You got it? Releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting
all
go.
The stress.
All the stress.
All the anxiety.
All the anxiety.
Side eye. Who do I think I am?
Who do I think I am?
Under the eye. Releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
They're not going to like it.
They're not going to like it.
They're going to reject me and my information.
They're going to reject me and my information.
Releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
All the intimidated.
All the intimidated.
Letting it all go now.
Letting it all go.
Grab the wrist. Take a nice big deep breath. And peace.
Peace.
Find that peace.
Peace. Mm.
Okay, Arunika, are you going to do it in a PowerPoint presentation or it's going to be?
No, I think I don't know that I've got very much time. I think I'm just going to be introducing myself and just talking a little. I don't exactly know how much time I've got. So it might just be a verbal.
Excellent. So the nurse that's so supportive, the practicing nurse.
Yeah.
If it's, say you've got 15 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that, would she listen to, this is what I'm going to present. How do you think they will receive it?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I would. And if it's not her, I would
Okay.
find a doctor that I'm a friend of, or, you've been in the field for a while, you must know a doctor or something, and just run it by him. This is what I'm going to present. Do you think that they'll accept that? That would have to calm the nerve. It's all about, we're worrying about how they're going to receive it, but not only that, they may have some brilliant suggestions.
Yeah, I could do it to I could do it with Charlene. She's a nurse practitioner. I think that's a very good idea.
Excellent. Good job.
Yeah.
So go back again.
Yeah.
Go back
that's
in.
A good idea.
Notice what's left. I'm going to head back up to Di. See where Di's at. Okay, Di.
I think I'm at a point where I'm saying it's safe to take criticism, the constructive criticism.
Okay.
Because
new word for you, feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Feedback is the breakfast for champions.
Right, yes.
Yeah. So I just want you to notice that critical bit, because, and all of us grew up in a very critical environment. So I want you to notice that critical, just notice inside of you how they're going to critique you, and they're going to be giving you some critical, eyebrow, releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
That critical feedback. What do you call it? Sorry? What do you call it?
Constructive feedback. Constructive criticism it was.
That's the word, feedback. Constructive criticism.
Constructive criticism.
Side-eye. All the ways I'm not open to constructive criticism.
All the ways I'm not open to constructive criticism.
Under the eye. Everything that reminds me of.
Everything that reminds me of.
All the inner conflict.
All the inner conflict.
I want them to tell the truth.
I want them to tell the truth.
But I don't like it when they tell the truth.
And I don't like it when they tell the truth.
All that inner conflict.
All that inner conflict.
On the eyebrow. It is safe for me to open up to feedback.
It is safe for me to open up to feedback.
Side eye. Releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
That constructive critic in me.
That constructive critic in me.
Under the eye. I'm letting it go.
I'm letting it go.
On the collarbone. Everything this represents for me, I'm letting it go.
Everything this represents for me, I'm letting it go.
Grab the wrist. Take a nice big deep breath. And peace. Ooh la la. Okay, go back in, Di. The little girl. How's she feeling?
Yeah, she's colouring in. I can't get, the teacher is now looking at it and with the feedback, and she's happy with that.
Okay, I want you to run it through again. I want you to make the colours brighter. I want you to feel the little girl's feeling. When the teacher says it's good, but then also helps her to do it even better next time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I want you to hear what you say to yourself. What is your new decision today?
To try hard. Well, not try. Do the best job I can.
Okay, so go inside. Notice that feeling.
Because she's determined now to do it right, to get it right. She's happy to be told and because that's
to
good.
Take the time, to get it right the first time.
Mm.
Or get it as good as she can. Is that what you said? Get it, yeah. Really feel that. Write down your new decision.
Okay.
Yeah. And that would be, I've got this new thing now that I'm setting reminders every day that are around new decisions I've made. So I get up every morning, and that's part of the audio you're going to get, but I get up every morning and my first decision is that today I am going to be healthy, happy, and hydrated. But then later on, there's another reminder. Today, I am going to be Australia's leading faster EFT practitioner. And then I've got another one today. And when I do them, it's like I don't just go, oh, yeah, today. And I do this with my hand. It's like and it's an Anthony Robbins. It's cutting it off from no other way. This is how it's going to be. It's not, there's no ifs, but this is how it's going to be. So to me, that's cutting it off from any other truth. And yeah, it's friggin' cool. Okay. And there's a little bit more on the audio of why I started the happy, healthy one. But if I tell you now, then we're going to take up, because it was a 20-minute talk. So we're going to take up too many time. And you're going to hear it again twice. So let's just go to Arunika. Okay, Arunika.
Mm-hmm.
What is you at now when you think about presenting to the doctors in a clear and concise way?
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit more confident about it. Yeah,
okay,
more confident.
So there's more left there. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little bit of, just a tiny little bit of worry, a little bit of worry there.
Okay,
But
so I want you to
like
find that worry.
To be exposed.
Excellent. Eyebrow, releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
That tiny little bit of worry.
That tiny little bit of worry.
Side eye, I don't want to be exposed.
I don't want to be exposed.
Under the eye, releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
Everything this represents for me.
Everything this represents for me.
On the collarbone, it is safe for me to stand in my power.
It's safe for me to stand in my power.
With the knowledge that I know.
With the knowledge that I know.
Because I know I've assisted all of them people. Hundreds.
Because I know I've assisted
thousands.
All those people. Hundreds, thousands, millions.
Trillions.
Trillions.
And they really, they're just humans. They got their own stuff. I could probably help them.
Yes, they're the ones I wanted to actually work with.
Exactly. So if I just send them love before I start to speak,
yes,
and realise they're just humans with their own programs.
Yeah, their own programs, just like me.
Absolutely. Grab the wrist. Take a nice big deep breath.
Peace.
And peace. I just realised I'm sitting in my computer's not plugged in.
Oh.
That's what
Lose
happens.
your
Moving around me little. I've got 2 desks now. I'm very, very efficient.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I know. It's very efficient. Okay.
Oh.
But except for when you move it and your plug falls out.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back again. What numbers are we at now? When we think about it, what number? So, Di, how are you going? Have you flipped it? Oh, hang on. I'll unmute both because there's only 2.
Yeah, no, I think I flipped that one. And I just worked on the kind of checking out when someone's trying to tell me something. Yeah.
Excellent. And also go back to our original. You're getting out there to learn something new. And how you feel about that. So go back to the original. Okay, I'm going to sign up for some training or stuff like that. Arunika, where are you at, Dale? That's a little bit left there.
Yeah, so, but much clearer about, that thing about actually, because I tend to be a bit secretive and not want to let anybody know what I'm doing, sort of thing. Yep. So, in case I'm criticised, or somebody,
Yeah, got it. Find out how you know.
In the shit. Yeah.
Eyebrow, releasing and letting go.
Yeah. Releasing and letting go.
That fear of being criticised.
The fear of being criticised.
I keep it a secret.
I keep it a secret.
Side eye, I don't want to be criticised.
I don't want to be criticized.
Under the eye, releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
All my fears of being criticized.
All my fears of being I don't know why I'm so afraid of being criticized, because I get criticized constantly.
Well, your greatest fear
So
is your greatest wish.
I should be used to it by now. I should be like, criticism? Yeah, great.
Bring it on, my greatest friend.
Bring it on.
So how does it make you feel when they do it inside? So you smile on the outside. What are you doing on the inside?
I'm going, just shut the fuck up, would you?
Excellent. Releasing and letting go. And I want you to release and let go your own critical nature.
Yes, that's it.
Because if you're being criticised all the time, I know who the biggest critic is. Eyebrow.
Absolutely.
Releasing and letting go.
Yeah, absolutely.
All the ways I criticise me.
All the ways I criticise me.
Will you just shut the fuck up?
Would you just shut the fuck up?
Under the eye, releasing and letting go.
Releasing and letting go.
All the ways I criticise me.
All the ways I criticise me.
All the judgment.
All the judgments.
All the ways I intimidate me.
All the ways I intimidate me.
I'm letting it all go now.
Letting it all go now.
Grab the wrist. Take a nice big deep breath.
Peace. Peace.
All right, let's go back again.
I'm just going to shut the door.
All right, while you're shutting the door, I'm going to check in with Miss Di. Okay, Di, when you go back to signing up for some website training?
Well, I'd be happy to do the YouTube thing. I think I could do that.
Yeah. But what if you can't find it on the YouTube?
Well, I might just have to ask Blake and be more present when I...
So what you could do, now here you go. I think this is going to be awesome, Di. Are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Set up a Zoom meeting with Blake.
Yeah.
Okay. Get him to train you by sharing his screen.
Yeah.
Because he can share the screen. That way you can record the whole thing.
Right.
So it's like your own little YouTube video.
You're right.
Got it?
Mm-hmm.
So get him
Very
to
good.
share the screen and he's stepping through it on his computer and you're recording the whole thing. So then you can do exactly and go step by step and just like a YouTube. Wasn't that a gift from the gods? That just come.
Yeah. Right. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. But before that, that's not going to happen and that's not going to happen and you're going to have to sign up to some course. And they're going to teach you and they're going to teach you fast. So you're going to, and that's the other thing. They'll teach you fast and you're going to have to ask them to slow down.
Right.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think I could do that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just checking. All right, so you're done. You flipped, you're done. Let's check in with Arunika.
Yes.
How you going, Arunika?
Yes. Yes, I'm a little bit, I'm still got the tension in the shoulders, but that will go after the session. This is just a pattern with me. So I'm feeling more confident.
More confident. Okay,
more
cool.
Confident. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Let's go on to the decision making then. Because if you like, we've got 10 minutes, I'll just I'll stay focused and we'll get through it.
Okay.
And I'll fast forward. So many, many years ago, I swapped and I used to do 4 hours a week. So with two practitioners, Grace Jones, the other master, and Heather here in Melbourne. And I would do the 4 hours a week. And I did it for some time. And what I found is I actually felt worse. I felt a lot worse, actually. And after about a year, I felt I was getting nowhere. No changes were happening. So on one particular day, I told Grace to shove her tapping up her ass that it really wasn't working for me. Nothing was improving. And so I'm like, I've had enough. And I did it to the other, I didn't say that to the other person, but I just pulled back and went, no.
Mm-hmm.
And then my life took off and I started like feeling great. I started doing things. I was doing all these things that I hadn't been doing. And I'm like, cool. Then shit hit the fan again. So I started swapping again, having regular sessions. This is all about regular sessions. So I started swapping again. And within a short amount of time, I'm feeling shit again. And all the time, I'm just feeling crap and I feel like I'm getting no changes. So once again, I didn't tell him to shove their I even had to go at Robert the first time, by the way. I told him his friggin' fast EFT was a load of bullshit. If I thought a client needed that much friggin' work, what's so fucking fast about it? You know, rah, rah, rah. Anyway, so then I pulled back again. Started feeling great again. Started getting on with life. I was a lot happier. Things were happening. So from them, I'm like, okay, regular sessions don't work for me. But I have a lot of clients that have regular sessions. You know, I've had clients that have been working with me for over a year every week. So I'm like, okay, what's going on here? So then what happened is I started just paying for sessions. I would just pay when I needed a session. I would book in, I would pay, I would get out, have this magic transformation and off I'd go.
Yeah.
So then 6 months ago, or probably not quite 6 months ago now, anyway, late last year, which is friggin' 6 months ago now, I had a practitioner say that she wanted to swap with me and do regular sessions. I really honor this practitioner. It's like, this is a really good opportunity. So I said yes. And at first I had some really great epiphanies and I thought, this is brilliant. And then towards the last 3 months, I've been feeling shit again. A lot of the time. This isn't all the time, but I've been feeling shit. Now, I know I've had a crappy year. I don't. This is not about the shit that went down, because I know shit went down and I had a reason to not be good. But it was just like, it's that every day, just not it like I am now. I'm in the flow. I'm like, you know, I've got it happening, you know, and it takes me out of that basically. So then what I realized over the last month is when I'm having regular sessions, what my mind is doing is my mind is constantly searching for what I need to work on next. Or, so that's one thing that's happening. The second thing is a client will say something and I go, oh, I'm sure I've got that. And then my mind starts friggin' searching for where I might have that. Or I do get triggered and there's stuff that comes up. But I've got a session coming next week, so I sit in it. So basically what I've realised is I go down these little rabbit warrens, I find the shit, but I do nothing with it because I've got a session next week. So when I realised I was doing it, because I was nearly pulling out again and I was really pissed off because I was having some brilliant epiphany. Like the sessions I've been having have just been mind-blowing, but I haven't allowed myself to fully experience them because I'm playing in the shit. So now this decision I'm making, that's what it's all about. So when I first started making it, I would find myself going down a rabbit hole and I would probably be at the bottom of it and then go, Pam, you decided to be happy, healthy and hydrated today. And that would pull me out of the rabbit warren and I'd go back to being happy and healthy. Then I would get halfway down. Then I would get 3/4 of the way down. Every time I realised I was down a rabbit warren, I would make that decision and I would do that. You decided to be happy, healthy and hydrated today. What I'm finding is I don't even go near the rabbit warrens now. And the other day, and I'm teaching this to my clients, it's like, you know, in between sessions, trying to work out what you're going to work on. No, a half an hour before the session, sit down and ask yourself. Because not only that, you will then get what's most relevant to you right now. So the other day, I had a session. Wow, I've ran this in really good. I had a session and I got on the call and she said, what do you want to work on today? Now, a half an hour before, I'd worked out, oh shit, what am I going to work on? Took me a quarter of an hour to even find something, which is a friggin' miracle for me, especially when I'm having regular sessions. And then I went, oh, I'll work on that. And I sat there and I went, I don't know. It's gone. I really don't know. So she was really, and then she knows about the decision. I said, I'm just so friggin' happy, healthy and hydrated. I haven't got any friggin' fucking issues.
There you go.
Anyway,
Exactly.
then she said, what would take you out of that happy, healthy and hydrated feeling? That's all she said to me. And I went, okay, I got it. And we worked on that. Like, it is just for someone like myself. And remember, I did manic depressive. So I was an expert at finding my shit. I was an expert at knowing my shit. And anyone that does, like, I work with a lot of Lyme, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue. So they know their shit. So anyone with that really, they're an expert at doing it, they can be doing that as well, you know, finding the, you know, oh, what am I going to work on next?
Yeah.
It's been, it's actually changed. I can't tell you how much it's changed me and my business because it's allowed all the sessions I've had, by the way. I had fantastic sessions. It's allowed them to all work.
Yeah.
So before I was getting no benefit. I knew I had amazing epiphanies, but there was no benefits showing up.
Yeah. Because you were constantly still in the shit.
I was digging up more shit.
See, this is why I actually, and I've done some sessions around this with Di, is that, you know, we had to do this 60 hours and sometimes I've got to deliberately find something, and I don't know that that's healthy to be constantly, and the only reason that I'm having these swaps is because I've got to do my 60 hours.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think that can work against us. And, you know, for a while I was thinking, well, what's the point? We're supposed to be exactly.
Yeah.
And so for 3 months I didn't have any sessions and I was fine.
Yeah.
I was doing my own tapping and I was doing my own affirmations and I was, you know, taking care of myself. And now, of course, we've got to get to level 4. So now we have to have sessions once a week. We can find things, can't we, Di? But it's like,
well, but Arunika, it has been what's stopping you from moving forward lately too. So, you know,
but you know what? I can pretend to do that so I can have a session, but I can also get myself out of it. I mean, I think at this stage, after we've been doing this for 5 years or 4 years or 10 years or whatever, isn't the whole point is that we're empowered to take care of it ourselves?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So
I do agree.
Anyway,
I'll get to a session and think, oh shit, I haven't thought of anything to work on.
And often we're rehashing the same old stuff, you know. And I know we're shifting another layer. But yeah, anyway, it's an interesting one. It's always been a bit of a bitch. What's the word?
Bitch bear of mine. So my advice is though, since I've been making this decision, I cannot wait to have more sessions because from the moment I'm out of the session, I'm flying high again.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm flying high and my business, like the stuff that's showing up in my business, the videos I'm doing that, so that video challenge that I did, I posted it on the Faster Mentoring Facebook. Yeah. So it was a video challenge that I did. That went out to her whole database. And this is the other thing I did want to share. So it went to her database, everyone doing the training. What was interesting, so there was 2 things interesting about it. It was a 5-minute video. Oh, that one didn't take me. I did a 3-minute video that took me 5 hours to do.
Wow.
Right? That one didn't, the one that I've shared, so the other one's still not shared yet. The one that I shared probably only took me a couple of hours, but it took me a day of practicing the script the day before. So I spent all Saturday practicing and writing the script exactly how I wanted it. And even now, I realized at the end, I did not put what the benefits were for them. You know, if you work with me, You will, blah. You will, blah. And I missed that little bit. But what I'm getting at, and this is, I mean, I still think that's friggin' awesome. But what I wanted to share is, I think I mentioned one other time about Scientology. Promote. So it's gone out to her database, and there's been it's the only place I've shared it. My business page, which is not a lot of interaction there, and hers. So I haven't shared it anywhere else because I wanted to know how many of her clientele, how much. And it's reached about, I think it's up to about 1,100 people, but there's 400 views.
Fantastic.
Right? Well, it's fantastic, but I haven't got anyone taken me up on the offer from that video, right? And this is the Scientology part. But from other sources, I have had 5 people book in for my Get Your Happy Back consultations, which I'm advertising over there.
So Get Your Happy Back. See, what a great title.
But do you get what I'm trying to tell you here? I advertised over here. It's had 400 views. Not one person has booked a Get Your Happy Back consultation.
Okay.
But over here, I've did nothing different.
Right.
And I've got 5 people in the exact same time that have booked in for a Get Your Happy Back.
So where's over there and where's over here? So are they different websites or different?
Well, one's her database and my Facebook page.
Okay.
And over here, none of them know me. None of them know my Facebook page. None of them know my... So, and that's what the Scientology guy was telling us. Promote. It may not come back from where you think it's going to come back from, but it will come back.
Yeah.
It will come. Like, it's spinning me out. It's like, okay, nothing from there. But holy shit, where are all these coming from? And I've signed up 2 of them.
Wow.
So I'm getting better, because to me, I'm giving away these sessions to practice. How do I convert them? How do I convert them? And I've done a lot of hours just learning. How do I convert them? How do I convert them? Because I learned I did a training and learned this whole script. It didn't work with Faster EFT. It's like, no, that's not working. So now I'm, and I got 2, which is the first time in a long time.
Wow.
So I'm and now they've gone from half an hour to nearly an hour. But if I can spend an hour and actually make that a client forever, because normally with me, they're clients forever. And what I mean by that, they'll go to my happiness seekers. They'll get on to other programs I run, or they'll continually work with me on and off for years. Interesting stuff.
Interesting. So
promote.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where.
Doesn't matter where. Okay.
Local ads in paper, whatever it is for you.
Promote.
Don't worry about getting nothing back from wherever you're promoting.
No, exactly.
Unless
and that's what we came up with the other day. We said, well, you're not doing the workshops, but you're getting one-on-ones. So
that's right.
One thing, you're getting it in another way.
Yeah.
Unless it's costing you a lot of money. If you're forking out thousands of dollars for something and you're getting no return on your investment, that's different. So I'm just clarifying for people on the replay as well.
Not thousands.
But a lot of the promotion you can do nowadays is, and video's it. Like I need to tell you, video is the future of marketing. 100% without qualification. It is the only way it's going to happen.
Once my tooth is fixed, I'll do that.
Yep. 100%.
Yep.
Everywhere I'm looking, discovering, like everything that I'm researching, video.
Yeah. You're seeing more of it too.
Seeing more of it.
Well, you're seeing more of it because the interaction is 85% higher. Wow. If someone sends an email, and if someone sends an email with a video on it, 85% higher interaction rate.
Really?
That's a massive. And that's why they're all doing it. Because we don't want to read the shit. We'll listen to it, we'll sound like... And you've got to catch them in the first, because they listen to it, and if you haven't caught them in the first, they're gone. I think it's 30 seconds.
So so this is the training you've been doing, is it, Pam?
So I'm doing a free training, and
presentation.
it's just finished, but I was doing a free training and I got into it really late. So I didn't get a chance to get it around, but it was a free training called Cool Cats Videos.
Oh, Cool Cat Video.
But it's just stopped. I've been on her thing for quite a while, and I've sort of been watching her and going, yeah, she's got some, but she's just partnered with someone and she's gone up a new level.
Oh, okay. Cool Cat
And you'll
Video.
see it on the video. I put hashtag on the video on the mentoring thing that you can push on the hashtag and see.
What about this bloke that Lolita's talking about? There's somebody in Adelaide. He's going to be there on the 18th.
Didn't particularly.
No, I wonder what he's like.
I have done the training. Like, I looked at it and it's not for me. It's not return for investment now. And that's all I look at now. It's like, is that going to give me the return on the investment right now? And hers, I'm pretty sure, was about investing, and I'm still in Clinton's. It was about presenting, and I'm still in Clinton's, and I'm loving what he's teaching me about storytelling.
Who's Clinton?
Clinton Swain.
Oh, never heard of him, Swain. Okay. Yeah, well,
he only goes to one place in Australia, and that's Melbourne.
Okay.
Everyone goes to him.
Okay. All right. Oh, that's excellent. So videos. Well, we can
I can put some stuff on Clinton. He's out there. He's not everyone's taste. He's definitely not everyone's taste, but he's a genius. And I mean a real genius, not just a genius. He's a genius. He's that Einstein genius stuff.
Ooh.
All right, guys. Fabulous. Thank you so much for being vulnerable enough so everyone else can benefit from it. The time will be different next time. I'm looking for a time to include some foreigners, because this is a shocking time for
what time
America. I'm just going to choose. I will just research. It will probably be during the day or morning, because that's the American time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how we go.
And I did a lot of Aussie times. It's time to bring some of them others. They're just watching replays. So
sure.
Excellent, ladies. Thank you. Get out there, kick ass, and be the best you can be.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. Best practitioner in the Riverland. Okay, bye.
You're allowed to be in Australia. You're allowed to knock me off the pedestal.
Oh, yes. Well, there's plenty of room for all of us.
Exactly. All right. See you later.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Urus.
I got to stop.